Welcome back, everybody, to Titans franchise. If you've been enjoying the series, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It all helps the channel. But in today's video, I got 4 games for you. That's right. We're really going to kind of cut through the season here a little bit. Going to be some play the moments, or it's actually going to be all play the moments. Take a look here at the AFC South. We're currently leading it 6-3. The Texans are 3-6. No one has clinched a playoff spot just yet. Take a look around of the rest of the AFC. The Jets are 1-8. Actually, Will Levis led them to their first victory of the season. So Will Levis there starting with the Jets, getting a second start to be a starter in the league. The Colts, they picked up another win after beating us. But we're going to take on the Texans in this episode, and we, of course, have to bust out the Houston Oilers uniforms as we take on the Texans. I've already worn these once this season, but I'll definitely try to wear them every time we play the Texans at home. I think that's just kind of the right thing to do. Granted, personally, it's really weird. I don't necessarily have a problem with the Texans like using the color scheme and things like that. Or I'm not sure what the controversy was. I think was the controversy with the Tennessee Titans using it. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm cool with whoever wearing whatever, honestly. But we come in here, we try to make a play here on Joe Mixon as the user. We kind of get sucked up into a block, but everyone else able to kind of rally to him, bring him down, and they end up having to settle for a field goal right here. So 3 points on the board for the Texans. We keep them out of the end zone, which I think is very good because that means they don't have 7 points, which I would rather them not have. So we come through here a little bit, and we have an opportunity. Goal to go. First and goal, 3 yards here. And we're going to come out in a shotgun formation. Going to look for Ridley, and that was just a weird play. I don't know what happened. He got bumped, and then he warped into an animation, and then he got warped into like a tackle animation. Either way, we hand this one off to BRAELON. Allen, he gets fumbled, or he fumbles the ball. Another hit stick from behind fumble. And every fumble I've had in this game has been some sort of hit stick from behind. And it's always, these hit sticks from behind always come at like a weird angle where it's like, you shouldn't be able to do that hit stick. Like, you just don't have the angle or momentum to do a hit, to hit someone like that. But in Madden, you do, because it's all warp animations. So we don't get 3 points on the board. We come back. Now it's 3rd and 4 here. Always 3rd down. I don't get why these moments are always doing that. But either way, we come back, pick up the first down right there, move the chains, and get to keep this drive going. So we come back, switch sides of the field because the game is stupid when you do play the moments. It doesn't recognize what side of the field you should be on if you have like a quarter change, is what I've noticed. So first and goal here. I want to get this play out before the 2-minute warning. And we do, and we're going to throw this one right here to Chimera DK, and there we go. We get a touchdown, get on the board. We should already have some points, but first points of the game on the board, and there we go to Chimera DK, and then he puts it in motion, and then he starts dancing, changing gears and dancing, and I got kind of mesmerized by that. But either way, we're going to come back here, 3rd quarter, Texans driving, and C.J. Stroud under center here. 1st and 10, man in motion, back in motion. This is just for a simple run play, and nobody can get to Joe Mixon on our defense at all. I got caught up on a block. It makes me sick to my stomach. But we did. We got caught up on a block. Joe Mixon outruns our entire defense. I don't think Joe Mixon has outrun anyone since he ran from the cops. I don't know if he actually ever ran from the cops. I know he's had some legal problems before with women or something of that nature. But either way, we have the lead 14-10 here. Stroud going to find his man right there, Nico Collins, pick up the first down, and they score. And we come back here again, 3rd down alert. Play the moments. Really likes giving out 3rd down alerts. I really would like to, I don't know, once the ball gets past midfield, I would like to get the entire past midfield drive myself, but the game doesn't like doing that. That's not a moment in the game. Kevin Zeitler is hurt again. He's like constantly leaving the game, holding his ribs. I'm actually starting to get kind of annoyed. Another 3rd down alert. What did I say? third down alerts, man. 3rd and 6. I'm really annoyed with that. There's constantly these sorts of drives. Like, can I just get the full downage? Like, why do I only get 3rd down constantly? It's like really annoying. We tried taking a shot there. Doesn't really work out. Big field goal kick. I thought about going for this, but I figured at this point in the game, I think it's better to just tie it up right now. Any other time, I think I would go for it, but time winding down in the 4th quarter, I'm going to just tie the ball game up. Hope our defense can maybe get a stop or something, and maybe we can go back down, try to win this game. So, big end of game drive. So we get the opportunity to go win this game. We start the drive all the way at the 1. Is what it is. And yeah, so now we're going to hand this thing off here to BRAELON Allen, and he's going to be up just short of picking up that 1st down. Going to be 2nd and 1. So we're going to come back again, go hurry up here. I don't know why the quarterback's not getting under center. I don't know what that is. I've never seen a quarterback line up in that sort of weird position right there in real life and then get under center. Like, we're running hurry up offense and he's not getting under center. So, going to come back here, Ward looking, going to throw this one out in front of Ayamaner, and he is going to be brought down, and Corey Lloyd Cushenberry gets hurt. And then it's always for something really weird, like a bruise. It's like, walk off the fucking field. What are you doing? BRAELON Allen, he's going to tell that defender to walk off the field. Great balance right there from BRAELON Allen. I really like him. I'm very happy with this trade, honestly. And, yeah, just really nice stuff right there. Another hit stick from behind. I'm surprised that didn't result in a fumble. I feel like the CPU's hit sticking a little too much. But either way, we're letting time wind down here, trying to take as much time off the clock. Texans, they have to start calling their timeouts here. I'm not sure why Chiefs-Eagles popped up, but it did. 2nd and 5 here. This time we are going to throw the football. Going to throw this one, and Helm drops it, so they don't have to use a timeout. I just read the newest CFB patch. It's going to include more drops. I've been playing CFB again, and I've already had a ton of drops in that game. I had a game where I had 6 drops. 6 drops in one game. So we end up not being able to stop the clock, so we have to kick a field goal because guys either get hurt or they drop the football, even though I'm holding possession catch. Really appreciate that, honestly. Thanks, EA. So, 20-17, game is on the line. There's probably a decent amount of time that they should not have, but they do, because we keep dropping the ball, and Nico Collins going to get hit right there. They have to call a timeout. So they have 1 timeout left. Not sure why Chief Eagles keeps popping up. Don't know what that's about. I swear this game is coded with silly putty or something holding it all together. I mean, it's just terrible at times. But either way, time winding down, and they just take way too much time to spike it. And I forgot what the spike button is either. I think it's circle. I think. But 3rd and 1 here. Stroud looking, throwing, going to find his man. It's going to be brought down. And they're still going to spike this football here. I figure you just run a play. I feel in this situation, you would just have your second play ready to go, and you'd call it and go as opposed to spiking it. But maybe I'm wrong here. They're going to try to get to the side. Of course they do. Broken tackle. Initial tackle is always broken. They actually didn't get out of bounds, so they had to call their last timeout. And so now it's 3rd and 3 here. And Stroud looking, throws this. And, of course, Joe Mixon can outrun all of my defenders, and he can break every tackle my defenders has. He's such an amazing player. We're going to call a timeout for them. We're going to force them to kick this field goal right here, so we can maybe have just enough time left to do something. I doubt we will. Appreciate my guy almost running into the kicker again. I think I've turned that off. Either way, we get to around the 28, and we do have a shot to just take one deep shot here. Calvin Ridley somehow gets behind the defense, but he can't break the tackle to get into the end zone. That would have won us the game. But absolutely amazing stuff right there that we were able to even get that play off, and the fact that Calvin Ridley was actually able to get behind the defense in that sort of situation. Just absolutely amazing. But we go to overtime. We go to quarter number 5. And overtime. Free football. I don't think we've gone to overtime yet so far in this series. I could be wrong. I'm kind of drawing blanks. But either way, we are in overtime, and we're still in play of the moment. And so apparently our defense held. We get the ball, so we just need to get any points on the board, and we're going to win the game. So 1st and 10 here. Gunnar Helm actually holds on to the football this time. And that's good, because I'm starting to get really annoyed with the drops. Look, part of the reason why Gunnar Helm is in is that I need him to progress. He's a rookie. I think it's more valuable for us long-term if we get Gunnar Helm in the game. We'll deal with the drops, as annoying as they are. Going to throw this one here to Wiley, and he breaks a tackle, and we are pretty close to field goal range right now. Going to try a little play right here. Going to throw this one out to Allen. We are going to pick up the first down. And we're going to let this clock tick, let it run. And again, I don't know why he's not just getting under. Just get under center. What are we doing? So we try a little fullback run with Wiley. We actually get a couple yards on the play. I don't think there's a 2-minute warning in overtime, but we're just letting time click off the clock. In case we miss the field goal, I don't think we will. Just to make sure that they don't have time to go down and win the game. Our guys get pushed all the way back because it's Madden. And, yeah, so we let all the time run off the clock here, call a timeout, and then we are going to line up for a field goal here. And, you know, it's basically a gimme. 54 yards, that's a gimme in today's league. And we're going to line up here. They're going to ice the kicker. Actually, I think there's like a little animation for it. I think that's kind of cool. But doesn't matter. Nothing can help them now. We're going to line up for this kick here. And can Joey Sly make us a lucky lady tonight? Let's see. This one's up. Away. Kick is good. And this one looks like it's going to be on target. And it is. And we are going to beat the Texans here. We're going to sweep them in this one. 23-20. We get the win. 4 seconds on the clock. 7-3 is our record now. The Texans sitting there at 3-7. I don't know if they're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs just yet, but they're going to be picking pretty early. So, you know, we're almost kind of helping them, honestly. But Cam Ward, 26-43, 367 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception that I did not throw. 17 carries, 89 yards for BRAELON Allen. And then not much else after that. Alec Aomander had a great game, 10 receptions, 135 yards. Chimera DK, a touchdown. Gunnar Helm with 3 drops on the game. Like I said, I keep hearing this talk that they're going to start putting in more drops. I feel like I dropped the ball enough in this game, so I'm not sure what they're talking about where they're saying that they're not seeing enough pass breakups. I see more than enough pass breakups here on All Madden, so I don't understand what they're talking about. If they're talking about in the comp setting, keep that nonsense in the comp setting. Why is that being brought in and bothering me, a franchise player? Either way, we have upgrades here. Olufeme, Oladejo gets an upgrade. He seems to play good when we simulate or when we do play the moments. In terms of the actual game, I really don't notice him that much, if I'm being honest. I might need to focus on run stopper with him to get that block shed rating up. From my understanding, the way it gets kind of formulated, I think it's strength and block shedding are like the 2 kind of biggest determining factors whether or not you get pressure. Dan Moore is going to be out 6 to 10 weeks with a broken collarbone. That's going to be brutal. We do have Udo, so we're probably just going to start him at left tackle. And then we get to take on the Seattle Seahawks here. And we are sitting at 7-3. The rest of the AFC South isn't that good at 3-7, 3-7, 2-8. So, yeah, the rest of those guys are just not good. We still don't have an update on Dan Moore. Just 6 to 10 weeks. I would eventually find out going into his player thing that it's like 3 to 5 weeks, but either way, we might need to go sign someone. But either way, got to focus here on the Seahawks here. Sam Darnold and company not having a great season, but still in the playoff race, probably in the NFC at 4-6. If they, can basically win out or, at least only lose 2 out of the remaining games, they could probably get into the playoffs as a wild card. So Darnold here going to be handing this one off, and to Charbonnet, I believe that's who that is. He can't get the touchdown, so they'll come back again here. I think we switched sides of the field. The Kobe Dean is a lot of fun to use her, just because of his athleticism right there. And you see him, I was able to make a play right there on Kenneth Walker. So we get in here, and yeah, guy does not stick with Walker with the route. That is the Kobe Dean. Maybe should have used that one, but either way, they're going to take an early 7-0 lead here. Sam Darnold throws that one on the run when he probably didn't have to. Threw it into pressure when he didn't have to, but he did because it's Madden. So 3rd and 8 here, looking, just going to throw over the middle here to BRAELON Allen. Bring up 4th and 2. They're going to ask us to keep the drive alive, which I like because this is a situation where I would go for it. Why not? Second quarter, haven't put any points on the board here. Field goal, I don't think does much for us. So got to go in here. Got to get it. Got to have it. Calvin Ridley understood the assignment, and he takes that one to the house for a touchdown. Calvin Ridley, absolutely playing phenomenal for us. It's a shame that he is an older player now, but he has been very good for us this year. And, yeah, clear-cut wide receiver number 1. So Seahawks would end up scoring. I almost said a combination of Seahawks and Seattle in one word. I'm not sure what that word was going to sound like, but I almost said it. But 3rd and 5 here, because the game likes giving us 3rd down opportunities. Going to throw this one to Ridley again. Picks up the 1st down. So keep the chains moving. Just like that right there. Going to come back now. 1st and 10. Going to be handoff here to BRAELON. Look at the blocking. Look at him jumping over a guy. Into the end zone goes BRAELON Allen. Touchdown, Titans. We tie this thing back up just like that. BRAELON Allen is such a good player for us. I just like him. I love him. I love this kid. He's great. Sam Darnold throws this one up here. Cam Taylor-Britt on the coverage, and he's going to pick that one off. Sam Darnold throwing a jump ball to Kenneth Walker. That feels like only something Sam Darnold would do and make you go, what the hell are you doing, son? But he did it. And just a really nice looking ball. It's to a running back in Kenneth Walker. That's just not smart. So we come down here, 4th quarter. Going to be a handoff here to BRAELON Allen. Gets some good blocking. Picks up the 1st down right there. So we're going to come back in, go hurry up here in the heavy set. Looking around for a play. I don't like quarterback blast, feels a little interesting, but I'm not a fan of it. We have a lot of size out here in this formation. Going to send a man in motion. And I am trying to kind of run down the clock a little bit. BRAELON Allen, he is so tough to bring down. That's why I like him, honestly. He's just a tough guy to tackle. I do like these play sheets. They're pretty cool. 77 just constantly getting pushed back, I feel like. I really do have to keep an eye on that because he is just nonstop getting pushed back. So let's try again. We're going to try to run this ball in. And 77 again gets pushed back on the play. Doesn't matter because BRAELON Allen able to bust through the tackle attempts, bring it in to the end zone, 4-6. And we are going to take the lead here as time begins to wind down in this 4th quarter. We get the ball back again. Our defense did its job. 3rd and 6. Going to get the ball here to Calvin Ridley. So now Seattle has to start calling timeouts. We can end the game with this drive here. And 77, Skoronski, what are you doing out there, pal? 2nd and 9 here. And we're going to try another handoff here. I swear, Skoronski just can't do anything right. So 3rd and 9, but that's not a good down and distance. We're going to have to try something here. If we can just keep the clock running, that's fine. And then we're going to get hit, brought down, and then Skoronski. You blow the last 2 fucking plays, and then your fucking wrist hurts and you stop the play, which stops the clock. Thanks, asshole. What a selfish prick. Honestly. I mean, seriously, jog your ass off the field. Don't stop the clock with giving them a free goddamn timeout. So either way, now we do have to stop them. They have 40 extra seconds that they shouldn't have because I was probably going to take a delay a game to keep the clock running. So I really appreciate that. Just absolute moron. Seriously, I don't, unless your leg is broken, unless you tore something in your legs, get off the goddamn field. Either way, sorry. These are virtual players I'm talking about here, right? It doesn't matter if I upset their feelings, okay? I'm sure someone feels like, wow, that's really heartless, Mike. I don't care. You basically gifted them 40 free goddamn seconds. So that's very annoying, and they almost had Cooper Kupp right there, but Sam Darnold does Sam Darnold things where he just airmails the throw. He does that every now and then because he's Sam Darnold. Either way, they have no timeouts left. 4th and 1 here. They got to go hurry up here. Time winding, coming off the clock here. They're probably going to convert this. This is really hard to stop at this point, but we try to bull rush through here, and they just barely pick up the first down. I believe that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling picking that one up. He must have been a free agent signing. I don't understand spiking the ball here. I feel like you have another play at this point. You have to get the ball into the end zone. I don't think you would burn a down with that. You'd probably just run something like this, kind of a sideline play to get out of bounds to stop the clock as opposed to wasting a down to spike the ball. Either way, time winding down here. They're going to have less than 20 seconds after this play. Darnold navigating the pocket. Darnold going to go down. It's T'Vondre Sweat bringing him down. And now, this is it. This is the final play. This is all or nothing right here. This ball has to go to the end zone. Cannot be thrown short. It's thrown short. We go for the interception with Beanie Bishop Jr. Kevin Winston Jr. brings him down for a tackle. And they are going to be just short of the touch of the end zone. 21-14 is your final in this game. They almost got in there for the score, but Kevin Winston Jr., we almost had that interception. That would have sealed the game for sure. I think Beanie Bishop Jr. is just a little too small for that, but Winston brings him down, and there he is down right there, and that's about, what, a foot short? I mean, that's coming down. That's where it actually touches, so a couple inches short right there, and that would not have, and that would have been a touchdown. That would have been a tie ball game. We'd have been going to overtime again. But big game-saving tackle by Kevin Winston Jr. Have upgrades here for BRAELON Allen. We're going to keep going with elusive back for him. One of the key upgrades, from my understanding, for running backs is ball carrier vision. This, I guess, I've been told, it in general affects blocking of the offensive line. I hope that's true. I have no idea, but it's now up to an 80. Hopefully we can keep getting that higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. That's my goal, to get that higher and higher. Alec Aomanor, he gets an upgrade here, and we're going to go with playmaker for him. Yeah, +2 awareness, +3 ball carrier vision, +1 release. So maybe just, I don't know, like Madden's so weird. Like, we have general ideas of what some ratings do. Some of them are kind of self-explanatory, but like something like ball carrier vision, his is at an 83. I don't know what the hell that does for him because I'm the user. Is that like something that's only for the sim engine? I don't know. But either way, we take a look at the playoff standings. Where things stand right now, we would be the 3 seed, and we would take on Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that is kind of where things stand right now. We have lost to both 1 seeds, and of course we lost to the Indianapolis Colts, who may or may not be a team that ends up picking high in the draft. Super scouting time, and we are looking around at who we want to scout, and I have 2 corners that I liked, and I want to get an idea on them, and there is a tight end that I'm looking at who looks pretty good. I want to get an idea of how good he is. I want to see how good he is. I'm really fascinated in how good he could be. We're going to go take a look at him after we look at these corners. So let's go take a look through here now. And yeah, tight end. I'm always looking for tight ends. Any wide receivers that stand out? To me, there's really not any receivers that stand out in this draft class, or at least early, that I'm like, gotta have. But the tight ends are really fascinating to me, and not Courtney Branch. It's Dalvin Douglas as a guy who I think looks really, really interesting, if I'm being honest. His physical traits are fascinating to me. Elite to great acceleration, elite to great agility, decent to marginal strength, great to good speed, great to good jumping. Seems like an athlete to me. Seems like the type of guy that I want to have. So that I hope that's just a visual glitch. I spent like not half an hour. I spent some time trying to get that figured out, and so I could have all three of their names pop up. I never was able to do it. I'd get to either the two corners or just the tight end. So I hope that's just a visual bug and it actually does the scouting of those players that I'm interested in. Chimera DK gets another upgrade, and this is going to be for Playmaker. He gets +4 spec catch, +2 catch in traffic, +2 short route running, and +3 ball carrier vision. So his goes up to a 78. So I still don't know what the hell that does for, I really don't know what that does for receivers. It's never explained to us. So we have an upgrade here for Chig Okonkwo. Just +1 to a bunch of stuff. Not that great of an upgrade, if I'm being honest. You know, just not that good of an upgrade. I don't know. But we're going to take on the Jaguars here. They are 3-8, have not had a good season. So let's take them on. See what we can make happen against this Jaguars team. More play the moments. Kind of like this, getting through a lot of stuff for this season, and still having fun with the game too. So I think that's pretty good. We can kind of mix this up pretty nicely. The videos will be a little bit longer, but I think it's good to kind of do this as opposed to piecing these all out into individual videos. It saves me time. And it saves you time. You get a longer video to watch, and you get to see all of this stuff. So we're in a puffer jacket. It must be cold, but everyone else looks kind of warm, so I'm not sure why we're wearing a puffer jacket like that. But third down alert. We are down 14-0, and our first playage doesn't come until the second quarter, and it doesn't come until a third down. Gunnar Helm drops the football. I'm getting a little annoyed with the drops, but we do just have to live with them at this point. 4th and 6, we end up having to punt away. They're going for it on 4th and inches here, so we're going to try to have to shut it down. We do have a play sheet for run stop, so we're just going to have to go all out here and hope we can stop this run here. 4th and inches cannot allow them to, I think, put any more points on the board here before the end of the half, as that would just make things a little tougher to come back. And running back takes the wrong hole there. Had an opportunity, I think, to pick up that first down. Instead, cuts it back inside. Oladejo comes up with the tackle. And, yeah, running back did not go to the right hole there. So I don't know if that's because of ball carrier vision or what. But goes to the wrong hole. Looks like Sebastian Joseph Day also got a hand on him. So we come back here. 3rd and 8 now. They always give us a third down. Deep throw here to Manor. And that is going to set us up in nice position right here. Only 63 yards so far for Cam Ward. Would like to see more than that. We're going to go a little RPO. Quick throw right here to Ridley. Ridley going to be brought down. Goal to go here with 3 yards to go. We're going to come out here, shotgun formation. We're going to send Manor on a little bit of a whip route right here. And he just gets enough space, gets the touchdown. And we get points on the board before the end of the half, which is really important. Honestly, we go from potentially being down 3 scores to only being down around 1 score. Then we come in here, going to kick a field goal. I would go for it, but I think if our defense can hold, we can get back in here, tie this thing up with a touchdown. That's kind of what I want to do. And the defense does get a stop. And we're going to come back out on the field. So 3rd and 1. At this point in the game, I probably would go for it if I had to, but we don't really have to. Chig Okonkwo makes a nice play right there. Travis Hunter on the tackle. Looks like Cam Ward has come alive here in this second half. So we come back here now. 3rd and 2. Always third down. Always third down. We're going to get to Chimera DK. Not a great block attempt by Manor right there, but whatever. Up to 210 yards for Cam Ward. 2nd and 7 here. Going to throw this one here to A.M. Manor, and he is just going to be short of a touchdown. We're going to come back here, hand it off. Skoronski does get pushed back like he always does, but we are able to break through, get a touchdown. Titans, and there we go. Tie ball game. Now have an opportunity to potentially win this game and, make a stop here. Can we make a stop? I don't know. But either way, gonna try to stop them, try to slow down this Jacksonville offense. And Trevor Lawrence going to hand this one off, and 3rd and 4. So we can get off the field right here. They're going to go hurry up right here. And, yeah, 3rd and 4. Not sure what's going on with the play. I thought they were running a screen that kind of looked like a screen action for some reason, but instead it's Trevor Lawrence running here. If I was thinking, honestly, maybe would have just let him score, but instead we didn't. So now a minute, under 2 minutes for sure. Minute 14 as they snap this ball. Lawrence going to throw this one right here. Of course, they break the initial tackle. 2nd and 5. That does stop the clock. So that's not the worst thing in the world for us. But, yeah, not a lot of time here for us to potentially get the ball back if we're able to stop them. They do run right here. And somehow a timeout gets called. I did not call a timeout here, so I don't know if I forgot to say someone got hurt or something. I don't know. I did not call this timeout. So, I'm not sure why Chiefs-Eagles popped up. I'm not sure why that timeout got called. But either way, 3rd and 5. Lawrence throws this one right here underneath. And I kind of just have to start calling timeouts now then, because we already called one. So at this point, I feel like our best course of action would be to maybe let them score. Call our last timeout here, because we're kind of in a rock and a hard place right now. But they have a ton of time left. They have all their timeouts. So it looks like they're going to throw this football maybe. I don't know. They're going to run. I'm going to get out of the way. Going to let them score, because that's going to be the only way that we can get the ball back with any sort of time to attempt something, to get down the field here and potentially try to retie this game up. Defense just could not hold here at the end. And so we come back here now, 1st and 10. Throw this one up here. We got to get something, big chunk play quick. Can't get it up the sideline right there. So we have to come back again. 2nd and 10. Got to get a big chunk of yards right here. We're just going to throw over the middle of the field here. That's some yardage. That's not as much as I would like, but we got to go hurry up here just to get something going here. And, yeah, looking, going to take another deep shot here. Have to do it. Got to get something, trying to go for the home run ball. I feel like we just kind of need to get the home run ball at this point. It doesn't feel conducive to kind of try to march down the field. We just don't have the time. It'd be a little different if we just needed a field goal, but we need a touchdown. So that was a misfire by Cam Ward. That would have stopped the clock, given us a fresh set of downs, made things a little easier to take shots towards the end zone, and we try to take another one. 4th and 10 coming up here. I don't know what we're going to do here. Nothing's really popping for me. Maybe Jahan Dotson can get open deep here. Gets out of bounds. 6 seconds left. I guess we just have to take a shot here, try to make something happen. And we're going to just throw this one up here for Calvin Ridley, and that's going to get intercepted by Travis Hunter. And that is going to do it right there. 1 second left. And we are going to drop a game. Not good. Not good. Not what we needed to have happen. So, yeah. Drop one here. We're going to fall to 8 and 4. And very annoying to lose games to teams like that, if I'm being honest. Those are teams that we should not be losing to. We should not be dropping games to the Colts or Jaguars. Neither of those teams are very good this year, but we do. So, yeah. So, Gunnar Helm. The drops are starting to get a little annoying right now. It's making it a little easier for me to think about potentially drafting that tight end that we were just talking about, because the drops, that's not acceptable to me. Catching traffic goes up to 76. We're going to have to get that up even more into the 80s. before we can, stop having to worry about that. Jahan Dotson did show up late in the game. I might have to figure out a way to try to get him onto the field a little bit more. He gets +3 release, +2 deep route, but I do want to get him on the field more. Definitely more than Xavier Restrepo. Jahan Dotson, 92 speed, 94 acceleration, just a better athlete than Restrepo. Might not be a better player, but he's a better athlete. So we're going to take on the Browns. They are starting Shedeur Sanders. So, and then I didn't know, can Cleveland fans, you guys break a guitar over an amp. So that's pretty cool. And then it smashes. So that's pretty cool, honestly. I didn't know you guys did that. Kind of cool to see all these little traditions from different teams in the game. And that's always cool, but it is raining. I don't think it's like super heavy rain. I have yet to get one of the heavy weather games. I think I screwed around with one a little bit when the game first came out, but I haven't gotten one to actually play. But this time, Gunnar Helm must have heard me bitching, must have heard me whining, because he decided to catch the ball. We're deep into the second quarter at this point, and they're going to hand this one off to BRAELON Allen, and Allen, with just a really nice run right there, gets up to a 2nd and 1. So, able to run the ball pretty nicely, and of course, we run a play where the main guy blocking Myles Garrett is a tight end. Really appreciate that. Always love plays like that where the tackle decides to go handle someone that's not the guy that I would want them to handle. It's not like I can change that. There's no, unless I'm missing something, I don't think there's a way for me to change that on run plays. I would really like if I could. We're going to go for it. 4th and 5. Going to throw it to A.M. Manor. And we are going to, wow, that is a risky celebration to do in the rain. I mean, he barely got off the line for his route. And then he's up here doing flips and spinnies. So, first half winding down, Jeffrey Simmons going to get back there, take down Shedeur Sanders, because Shedeur likes to take sacks. That is something Shedeur will do. He will just take a sack for really no reason other than he doesn't have very good pocket presence. So, maybe EA got that in here accurately. Shedeur just takes the sack. Just takes another one. So there's another sack for Jeffrey Simmons, getting 2 on this drive. Shedeur's running around blaming people, and it's like, pal, throw the ball away or get outside the pocket. What are you doing? So 7-7 here. After that, Shedeur looking, gonna get pressured, gonna get hit as he throws it away. That was almost another sack. That was for Draymond Jones. He almost got that one, but we do hold here. Only going to give up a field goal. So let's see if they make it. It is wet. They do make it. I feel like the CPU doesn't miss as many kicks anymore. And I don't know how to feel about that. That feels kind of odd. But Shedeur almost gets sacked again right there. And I feel like Shedeur should definitely get sacked a little bit more. I would like to get some more sacks, honestly. I would like to get my edge guys going, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that happens. Jerry Jeudy able to change directions on a dime like that and just get into the end zone. And Jeudy, really nice stuff right there from him as the Browns get another score. So far we have lost. We have lost to the best teams in the NFL, and right now we have lost to the Colts. We have lost to the Jaguars, and we're kind of in the risk of losing to this awful Browns team. But either way, we're not going to try to do that. We're going to need some fourth quarter magic here from Cam Ward. Going to be a play action look. They just tackle BRAELON Allen, and I am just going to run this one into the end zone. Touchdown Titans, as we are getting close to tying this thing back up. And so hopefully we can do that, because I really don't want to lose to the Browns. I just don't. But Cam Ward, I could have threw that ball, but I was like, nope. I'm not going to get some weird inaccurate throw because it's raining. Just going to keep it myself and run that one in. So we do get an opportunity here to, punt it or to return a punt, but then it just throws us in here. So I don't know what that's all about. But either way, we're going to make this the final drive of the game. We are definitely not looking to tie this thing up right now, unless we absolutely have to. Gunnar Helm starting to catch the ball again, then it does this thing. That's not what we were hoping for. I don't know what we're hoping for. Either way, we're going to try to get this ball. Oh, wow, that was a dangerous throw by me. I didn't even notice that guy there with his stupid Guardian cap on. I feel like Guardian cap guys are a little easier to spot, though, because like the Browns, they're bright and orange. And I don't even think JOK is playing this year. I could have swore I started this with injuries on, but he is playing for some reason. Looking, they're just going to take a deep shot here for A.O. Manor. He almost comes up with it, and that's going to make it 4th and 10. We do have all of our timeouts, but we are definitely not punting this one away. We're going to try to go for this here. We're going to throw at JOK again, and it does work out just okay that time. So we move the chains, come back again, throw this one underneath, and the big fat defensive lineman gets his hand on it, batted down. It's either drop passes or passes getting batted down in this game. Very annoying, but either way, Grant Delpit comes in there. He looks like he has no problem moving in the rain. 3rd and inches, come right back, going to throw the slant right there. I feel like we keep playing with fire with JOK, but you know, whatever. I'll get burned eventually. But either way, we throw this one out here. Dotson not able to come down with the football cleanly, mostly because that throw wasn't that good. So we're going to go hurry up here. I wish these guys would show a little bit more urgency. We're going to kind of flip the play. I'm tired of the synchronized slipping nonsense. I don't need my entire team slipping in the same fucking animation to show that it's raining. I'm aware that it's raining. Unless my guys are wearing the wrong cleats, they really shouldn't be slipping like that. But either way, we get to A.O. Manor. We get out of bounds. Under 30 seconds left, but 1st and 10 at the 12. Going to come back here, shotgun formation. Going to throw this one to A.O. Manor. He's going to be just short. We're going to go hurry up here, or actually we go timeout. We still have all our timeouts. I didn't even call any of my timeouts. We have more than enough time here to do what we want here. And then we go right in and score. Can't help but wonder if maybe they let us score. I don't know. But either way, we get the lead here off the Braelon Allen touchdown. And that is going to put us ahead here of the Browns in the closing seconds of the game. 12 seconds left by the time the Browns get the ball back. So what does Shadur have in his game for this much time left? And he's going to throw it to the sideline right here. That stays in bounds. And Njoku doesn't get out of bounds. I mean, might as well just throw that one away. But either way, Shadur again, looking, throws this one, and that is going to be out of bounds as well. And the Browns, despite their best efforts, are going to drop this one 21-17. We improved to 9-4 on the season. Browns going to fall to 5-8. I actually don't think their playoff hopes are entirely dead just yet. I think there's still enough games where they could probably sneak in as a wild card too. So not too many teams have clinched yet. 2 rushing touchdowns the other day. We did not run the ball very well. Only 9 carries for Braelon Allen. Not sure what that's about. I would like to see more carries, especially in weather like this. Then 1 receiving touchdown to A.O. Manor. And only 1 drop on the day. And that one's by Calvin Ridley. So I'll accept a drop. But, you know, these games where we're getting 5-6 drops, that's starting to get really annoying. We do get 1 interception. That was by Amani Hooker. And then 2 sacks by Jeffrey Simmons. So there we go. When we come back, next episode, we are going to be taking on the 49ers. I might do another episode like this next episode for the next 3 games. Not 4, but next 3 games. But the Rams and Raiders have both clinched playoff spots. Those are 2 teams we have lost to this year. And there we are, 9-4, and yeah, so right now we are looking pretty good, if I have to be honest. We are looking pretty good right now to get into the playoffs. It hasn't, you know, we haven't clinched just yet. I believe the Jaguars are what's keeping us from clinching the division. If the Jaguars take a loss and if we take a win, I think that should clinch it mathematically. I don't think there would be any way for the Jags to win the division if we win 1 more game and if they lose 1 more game. I think, but we can clinch with a win. And the Jaguars, I think, can stay alive with us losing. I think that's how I'm trying to say this. But we are going to go with a strong arm upgrade for Cam Ward. I want to get that deep accuracy up. And we get +2 throw accuracy deep. And +1 throw under pressure. But I think for the next little bit, we're going to be focusing on throw accuracy deep for Cam Ward. I want to get that deep throw accuracy up. It is only at a 83. And his other accuracy ratings are very good, but I want to get the deep up. And through that, if we can get a throw power upgrade or two, that wouldn't hurt either. So we have an upgrade here for Jackson Slater. He is finally going to leave the 69 club. He's going to enter the 70 club. He's going to get +3 pass block, +1 run block finesse, and +2 awareness. Rookie from Sacramento State, so he could have a potential for us. What we need to do, though, is sign an additional left tackle, and that is going to be Cam Fleming. Going to bring him in. We're actually going to send Dan Moore to the IR, just because I need to get another tackle in here. And yeah, so Dan Moore going to the IR. Going to be placed on the IR. I don't know if we can actually bring him back or not. It says no, but I've known it to say no before, and then it does say you can, so I don't know. We'll see what we can do, but either way, we have some coaches points to spend here, or staff points, and we're going to upgrade Practition for offensive linemen, and we are going to go to level 4, tier 4, and that's going to give us training XP is going to be increased by 20%. So our linemen, our quarterback, and our wide receivers and tight end are all getting a really big boost to their training. I believe you can also stack these with your coordinators too if you want. So we're going to make good progress on developing our offensive linemen. Really all of our core offensive players. I might have to invest in running back as well. But either way, when we come back, next episode, we're taking on probably the two best teams we'll play all year. And that's going to be the 49ers and the Chiefs, even though they don't sim well. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this format, let me know down in the comments section. Leave a like if you liked it and hit subscribe for more. I'll see you guys later. Peace.